got that right.
You got that right.
Everyone is
Everyone
created
is
to
created.
make an impact, like you said, and to build a legacy to inspire others as well to new heights. Saying that everyone is created to make an impact, like you rightfully said in one of your quotes. We need to inspire others to greater heights. And all that you have and all that you're meant to be is to enable you make the world a better place. From your point of view, from a greatness point of view, great ideas are things that I think we lack collectively, especially among the Africans in the diaspora. We seem to be short of ideas to take us to another level. I mean, there are lots of people doing fantastic things out there. We see them every day, but majority of them are still held back certain ways that they don't even know how. And we have people coming on board, authors, writers, and other people from the media who have put in something in order to give back, helping others help themselves and connecting with communities. In terms of thinking positively, why do you think it's holding us back in the diaspora to be able to focus and think positively?
And if I can challenge you were talking there, I didn't want to interrupt you, of course, but now it's my
No,
turn.
please
I'm going to have to
feel free.
challenge that.
Feel
I'm
free.
going to challenge you that we are not short of ideas. You said we are
I
not
said it
short.
seems to be like we're short of ideas based on the products
It,
that we're seeing. Majority of them lack that level of creativity or that going that extra mile.
they don't lack it. That's my point. With all that we need, we have. All that we desire, it's available. We don't lack the creativity. We struggle with the courage. There's the fear,
Right.
and let's just be flat outright here. There's laziness.
True.
There are just people sitting on their bum doing nothing. You hear some people talking about shows on TV as if those shows are making the world go around in a positive direction. People sit down, they come from work, they only have what, 2-3 hours, and they spend that on things that really is going nowhere. Like in my book, I also talk about what I call the three biggest sins, and these three is complaining, blaming other people, and making excuses. Right? I call them in my book. Those are the three things that are holding people back. On the other side, there's the selfishness, laziness, and pride. I mentioned that over 100 times in the whole book. Selfishness, laziness, and pride. Pride is you don't want to do it, or you're so concerned about yourself, focus on it. Selfishness is spins off that as well. And then, like I said, people use fancy word like procrastination. There's nothing like procrastination. You're just flat lazy, but like you need to, the idea that has been planted in you, you need to step up and work on it. There are people that are going to be held accountable, not for what they did, but more for what they did not do that they should have.
That's true.
The cure for cancer today is in somebody's head. The cure for HIV is in somebody's head. The cure for everything we struggle with, be it socio-economic issue, is in somebody's head. And my dear friend, Dr. Miles Moreau, in his great book called The Power of Vision, I believe, he said, the richest fields on this planet, the richest fields are by no means the oil fields in Saudi Arabia, definitely not the gold in Switzerland. It is not even the Silicon Valley. It's got nothing to do with the Gold Coast or the diamond mines. The richest fields, according to Miles Moreau, is the cemetery, is the graveyard, because right in the graveyard you have people that have gone to their grave with songs that were never sung, with books that were never written, with inventions that were never made, with directions and opinion that was never heard, and they've gone to their grave today, and they've left their kids and the younger generation to struggle. So we are definitely not short of ideas. We are definitely not short of being creative, because we are the most creative creation on the planet.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like people go and revere the brand new Mercedes that they've released. People say, have you gone on the Dreamliner plane? You travel a lot. People are fascinated about toys and tools when they are actually a representation of the best creation ever seen on this planet, the whole universe. So it's a matter. In my coaching program, I tell people, I say, you know what? For the next 1 week, you look in the mirror and you just appreciate yourself. You look in the mirror and you just say, you know what, I got the courage to do it. You look in the mirror, you say, you know what, I need to do my dream. Ideas rule the world. Ideas, I have what I call an idea bank in my phone. Idea flips into my head in the shower.
What do you call it? What was that again?
Idea bank.
An idea bank.
Idea bank.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yes, I put my money in the Royal Bank of Canada, but I put my ideas in my phone. I take them from my head and I store them in a safe place. And at some point, I may open an idea shop. I'll be selling ideas if some people need some because when you sleep. For those of you who pray, who fast, and you're so religious and spiritual, good for you. I am as well. But I can tell you right now, what you're praying for is an idea that God's already given to you. You just need to sit down and say, okay, I need a new job. What idea do I have? The other day, somebody came to me, I've been out of work for 6 weeks. I go, for 6 months. I go, do you go to church? She says, yes. I say, how many people in your church? And she's looking at me like, what's the relevance? I said, just answer. Throw me a number. 200 people? He said that about. I said, okay, 200 people in your job. Do they know that you're out of work? And he goes, 200 people in your church. Do they know you're out of work? You're like, no. I said, why not? He says, what's the relevance? I say, are you telling me 200 people that likely have a job and there's none of them that probably know who's hiring? She did it. She got a job the next week.
Excellent. Excellent.
Like I didn't have to even charge or put her training program. Like, what's my point? My point is, if you're listening here today to this great men or great people doing this show, you need to sit down and say, what's my issue and what's the solution? The solution is in you. If you can't find it, of course, get a coach, get a mentor. But if you look in the mirror and open your heart to yourself, you can see perhaps you're just flat lazy. Perhaps you're scared of something. Perhaps there is something holding you back, because the destination that you've been destined for, this greatness we're talking about, it's already there. It's not something you don't need to build a bridge. You don't need to build a new plane. You just need to go for it.
If we take a short break, and we'll be back with Alex Ihama and exploring opportunities, talking about your skeptical thinking and obviously his School of Greatness, what it actually offers and how you can get involved with the program within the School of Greatness. The idea bank is a fantastic idea, and I think I'm going to nick that and then use it accordingly. Excellent stuff. Okay, it would be nice if we get an idea of, this journey we call greatness. How does one begin that journey? From your point of view, if you can give us like a sneak preview into your lifestyle, or how, we can realize that greatness based on your own perception or your experience.
The very first, one of the most important steps in beginning this journey is to recognize that you can be and do more. I often say I work with the elite. I have an executive coaching program for elites, people that are professional athletes, people that are TV hosts, TV personalities, top politicians, top pastors, and professors in university. These are people that come into my program. And I look for just what I call 1% of humility. That's all I'm looking for. So basically, you need to be able to just say, you know what? Yes, I may have accomplished this, or I may not have accomplished anything at all, but I can be and do more. Once you're humble with yourself, knowing fully well that you are likely shortchanging your own life by not fulfilling your dream, then there is an opening. You can begin again, the very first step. That's the very first step. Right? It's very, very crucial for you to understand. Some people may just be listening right now and say, well, you know what? I got a fancy job, fancy home, fancy spouse. I'm good and I don't need any of this. Well, you know what? Then you are actually the one that we should be talking to. You are the one that should be sitting here and saying, but if that's how some people feel, well, they cannot get on that journey at all, not with that kind of attitude. You can also not get on the journey with the attitude of I'm useless, nothing's going well for me, life is hard, I'm the least of all. You can. You have to also see an element of I was created in the image and likeness of God. They cannot get on that journey at all, not with that kind of attitude. You can also not get on the journey with the attitude of I'm useless, nothing's going well for me, life is hard, I'm the least of all. You can. you have to also see an element of I was created in the image and likeness of God. I have greatness in me, as Les Brown will always say, greatness is in you. So you see, I've spent so much time just emphasizing on the mental state that needs to change.
Right.
The work you need to do to take yourself from where you are to where you should be actually begins in the head. You don't need money. You don't need to change your environment. You don't say, okay, I need to move from here. Or I need to change countries. A lot of people in Africa want to move to America. I just watched a show 2 days ago about some places in America where they have people that are poorest than some poorest place in Africa. So, this is not about, it's got nothing to do with where you're located right now, but more to do with how you think.
Right.
That's the first step. So now when that's done,
right,
you will begin to actually listen to yourself. You begin to seek information. You begin to seek advice. You'll be listening to shows like this. You'll be listening to go on YouTube and search people like Les Brown, search people like Tony Robbins and Robin Sharma, and of course you can go to School of Greatness.ca and inspire yourself. So basically, you begin to seek for knowledge. That's step number 2. And I now use the quotation from a prophet called Jeremiah, where he says, God spoke to him and said, "My people perish for lack of knowledge."